Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. My name is Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do, welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. So, full moon in Gemini, Sagittarius season, heading into the month of December, closing out 2023, and hello 2024. There's a lot happening. For those of you who are in the States and you had a Thanksgiving, I hope you had a really great Thanksgiving. And if it didn't, if it wasn't all that it was meant to be, there's always tomorrow, right? New Thursday, new things. So, Gemini full moon has been very intense, um, especially where it comes to kind of like relationships, which is not surprising with the twins, and the mental energy, right? Uh, a lot of overthinking, a lot of overanalyzing, a lot of introspection going on at this time, and a call to bring things into balance. 111 I just saw, and a lot of transformation, a lot of magic, a lot of miracles have been around as well. Um, Mating, courting, like all this energy has been really big this week that I've been seeing. So, if you are single, um, this would definitely be a time to like kind of put yourself out there and kind put yourself out there, right? Be vulnerable. Let people know that you're single and that you're open to start dating if you're open to start dating. Don't be surprised if you kind of like meet people in random places or get invited to things and the magic of the season starts to happen, right? Like that's a really strong energy going on. Uh, Excuse me, a lot of magic and miracles. Like that's been a theme. Um and especially when it comes to the relationship sector. So it's either like if you're single, it's time to kind of put your best foot forward and get out there and like get in the game. If you are in a relationship, this is going to be a time where it's we good or we not good. You know what I mean? We good? Are we going to be Gemini the lovers that keeps moving forward together? Or are we going to go our separate ways because we're not in alignment anymore? Or maybe we realize that like there's a compatibility issue and it's time to move forward and cut our losses, right? I think we forget sometimes that, you know, when we go into relationships, we grow and evolve in these, as people while we're in these relationships. 4 for 4, just on the clock. So things are going to change, right? And maybe your ideals or your goals or your desires are different now than they were when you started the relationship, right? Are you guys willing to grow through that together and to stand by each other as you make these shifts, right? Or is it that this person is shifting into a thing or into a lifestyle in which you want no parts of, right? So those things are really being called forth as well. A lot of changes going on, a lot of transformations. I've been seeing a lot of um tower energy going on. And I know that can be a little frightening for some people, but tower energy doesn't need to be frightening, right? It just means like the finale of something, right? And sometimes that big holy shit is like oh my god, I just met the love of my life, or oh my god, I don't know, won the lotto, or oh my god, I just found my dream job, right? Like sometimes that's the big wake up moment tarot call, right? Or like a rapid healing or some type of revelation epiphany, right? So there's just this guidance to be really open to the magic and the miracles around you, right? Be really open to the transformations that are occurring within your life and around in the lives of those that are around you, right? Because everyone is being aligned for their highest and greatest good, and everyone is being guided to, their true calling. And to really heal and to be supported. Like I said, like there's just we're gonna be either on the same page. Oh, I just saw 444 again. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. and now my head is hurting. So the angels, yes, the angels and guides, your ancestors. I'm sorry. I was going to say the ascended masters, but it's not the ascended masters. The ancestors and the angels are here big time. Um, Supporting you. There's also some crown chakra and third eye activations that are going on for you guys, for all of us, I'll say. Sorry, the energy was just like, boom. Um, some of you have been getting dreams or guidance in your dreams or signs in your dreams or symbols about the changes that are going to be occurring for you or around you. Some of you, your clairvoyance is really being heightened, or you've been, feeling some pressure, itchiness, whatever, around your third eye. There's just this energy of clarity coming in, you know, things really being cleared out for you so that you can see better. It's like this fog, this haze almost, like energy was about, but now that's starting to lift so that we can truly just like see things very, very clearly. Um, and again, a lot of that has been coming through to you, for you, in your dream state, through signs, synchronicities. You've been seeing like repeating numbers. 444, for instance, is probably a big one for you guys because I just saw it twice and there's no mistakes in tarot. So you might have been saying 444, 111, 1111, they're saying. Seeing the same amble. What is an amble? What is an amble? Animal? Symbol? You're saying the same amble. Maybe you've been saying animal symbols recently. Like, seeing a certain bird repeating itself or seeing a certain animal, or maybe you ask for a sign and you're finally starting to see it, right? Like, I always tell you guys, if you want an answer from the universe about something, like ask. You know what I mean? I know you guys are like, oh, it's not that easy. It really is that easy. Like ask. Ask your team of light, ask the angels, ask God. Listen, I'm not sure what to do here. I need some clarity, right? I'm big on asking God to repeat the message to me at least 3 times so that I know that it's not my egoic mind making up the response that I want to hear, but that it is my higher self, right? My divine self, my God and all that is affiliated with God coming through for me, giving me this very clear guidance. And I ask for it to be repeated 3 times so that I'm not just like being like, oh, yeah, I just saw a dolphin. I asked for a signed dolphin. Yeah, and I got excited. But I'm going to ignore the fact that, like, I also asked to see, a shark and I just saw 3 of those, but I only saw one dolphin. No, like, I want the clarity. Let me see it 3 times. You know what I mean? Um, so ask for that. And ask definitively, like, the angels and guides. All right, so let me just backtrack for a second. Our teams of light, our angels and guides, God, they don't tell us what to do, right? God is not telling you what to do. God is listening and seeing what you are going to do. There's guidance there, but we have free will, right? I think people forget about that, right? Free will. We hear words like fate and destiny, and we get all thrown off, but there's nothing to be thrown off about, right? It's like before we incarnate, we have certain soul contracts that we make, and there's certain things that we want to learn, grow, and experience as humans on this earth, as souls on this earth, right? And so we're like, all right, by this age, I'm going to do this. At this age, I'm going to do this. At this age, I'm going to do this. At this age, I'm going to do that, right? And then we have these specific moments where this incident has to occur because that's what we chose to do on our contract for our growth and ascension, right? Not because God's like, oh, you know what? he has to get into a car accident because he's being punished for his past. No, we chose that scenario. No, it's a big conversation, but it is what it is, right? So we have our soul contracts. We have the things that we're going to grow through. We have the people that we're going to meet. We not only make contracts while we're, pre incarnation, but we also make contracts with souls here while we're on the earth, right? As we're growing and we're developing, in case we get veered off path, right? There are other people that can come in and support us to help us get us back on path so that we're in alignment again, right? So as you're moving through and growing, on this pathway, there are certain points, moments, right? In the planetary alignments here on the planet where we need to kind of like wake up, be activated, right? There are things that are going to activate you. There are things that are going to trigger you. There are things that are going to knock you on your ass. There are things that are going to uplift you, right? Because these are the time frames that you've agreed to. Okay. So we're really being drawn in to trusting the flow of things, even when it feels really uncomfortable, right? Trusting the guidance we're getting, even when it doesn't make sense, right? Why are we doing that? Because we know our higher self is in alignment with the truth of who we are. Our higher self has that contract in their hand, like, look, bitch, this is the next step. I don't want to hear that you don't want to do it. I don't want to hear that you're scared. This is what you said you wanted to do. I know it's scary. Fantastic. You knew it was going to be scary before you got here. Let's go. I don't want to hear those excuses. Let's go. Get up, get your bag, and move your ass. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we're like, no. And it's like, oh, okay, you want to do this the rough way? Fantastic. Grab the ankles and drag your little ass. And who's dragging your little ass? Your higher self is dragging you. God ain't dragging you. This is you with you putting you back in alignment, right? To get back on path so that you can do what you came here to do and move on with your life or your ascension or your soul's path, whatever you choose to do in the next incarnation, right? So a lot of you have been getting this guidance and you're not listening to it, or you're ignoring the signs, right? Or you're feeling lost. You need to just ask for clarity, right? Ask for clarity. Ask for a clear answer as to what it is. Which would be best for me right now that's going to serve my highest good and the highest good of my family, right? Would it be to take the job at Exxon or would it be to take the job at Mobil? Or is it Exxon Mobil? I know I don't have a car, so I know there's other gas stations. Whatever, you guys get the drift. Should I buy the McDonald's or should I buy the Burger King, right? What's going to be for the highest good of my family? What's going to be for my highest and greatest good right now, right? That's the conversation. And show me clearly, God, like what's going to serve the highest and greatest good. If it's going to serve my highest and greatest good to own a McDonald's, then show me, I don't know, like, I don't want to say show me like the M's because fucking McDonald's are everywhere, but it's like, all right, show me an eagle 3 times, right? And if it's in my best interest to own a Burger King, then let me see a dolphin 3 times, right? And then put it out there. Thank you, God. I'd like to see that within like the next 24 to 48 hours, just to have some clarity so I can make my answer, right? And you go about your day, living your best life, or at least trying to have a high vibrational day. And then as the symbols come in, take note of it. Oh shit, there's a dolphin. Oh, there's an eagle. Oh, there's another eagle. Wow, I just saw another eagle. And somebody's listening to the eagles. Ding, ding, ding. 3 signs. Got your Eagles, got your McDonald's, right? Things like that. Until you can to learn to just trust that voice immediately, right? When it comes in, when you know, like when my intuition is really strong or when I need guidance in something, I can now feel the physical energy within my body, right? Like that was the sign that I needed. When it's a yes or when it's it's in alignment with me, I want to feel in a certain way. And if it's not, then I don't want to feel anything. You can also dictate and tell your body what to do when you need guidance. Did you know that? You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, higher self, if this is in alignment with what we want to do, I want my left, I don't know, I want my left eye to twitch or something, right? And if this is not in alignment with what I want to do, then I want to feel, then let my right ear ring. You know what I mean? Like whatever that means to you. I don't know. Right. And then you pick the sign, you pick the symbol, you pick what you want your body to do. You get on into oneness and wholeness with yourself. And then you start trusting that guidance. And the more that you do it, the more it's going to be activated and get stronger, right? So I don't know why I had to just go on a whole soliloquy about that, but evidently y'all get that message. I feel like people are feeling I think it's just because people are feeling really lost. Um, there's also a need to really protect yourselves. um, as I was as I was connecting with the energy of this reading for the collective, a couple of things happened, and I was like, "Ooh, protection, safety!" Right? So I was hearing sirens going off. Archangel Michael is always with like firefighters, police department, EMTs, love that, right? But I'm hearing sirens going off, which is an indication of what, like something's wrong, danger. And I was in meditation. I went outside to meditate even deeper to connect with this energy. And I kept hearing this like squawking, right? Before I went outside. And I didn't know where it was coming from. I just kept hearing the squawking. And I went outside and I'm just, sitting there like meditation, trying to connect with the energies, looking at these crows going over. And I'm like, oh, transformation, magic, miracles. That's cool. What else do I need to know about the collective? And I'm hearing this squawk. So I'm looking around. I realize it's coming from a squirrel. I grew up in New York City. Squirrels is one of the animals we see all the time. I never in my life heard a fucking squirrel squawk. I'm 45 years old, and I was today old when I heard a squirrel squawk. I didn't even know they did that. I had to go online and be like, why is this squirrel making this noise? And they're like, oh, sometimes they do that when they see danger or, they're alarmed or something. They squawk, and they can almost sound like a blue jay. I literally thought it was a bird. Mine blown today, right? So one, so, welcome to my little science fact for the day. But two, there's this energy of you really need to protect yourself or protect your energies. I'm going to say protect your energies, not protect yourself. It's not like watch your back, there's a guy with a knife behind you. Like protect your energies. And I know that that's being really highlighted here in this reading because you guys, resonate as light workers, energy workers, way showers. You're the empaths, the clairvoyance, the clairsentience, the psychics, the woo woo, the weirdos, right? We're all of those things, right? And we feel the energies. Even now, I can feel a surge going through my body again, and the energies are very intense on the planet right now, right? I mean, they've just been getting more and more intense, especially as we've been reactivating the divine feminine, and then once the 1111 portal hits, it's like oh, so everything is just really heavy, and the planets are shifting and aligning to support us in these transformations and these healings. But this energy is heavy, right? It can be really, really heavy. So as people are healing, as they're growing, as they're ascending, as they're being called to task, in their own lives, because everyone is dealing with this energy a little bit differently, you're being guided to protect your energies because as light workers, we tend to walk through things and we kind of pick up the energies of people, right? And so now we're walking through a planet where people's energies are kind of all over the place and they're ungrounded and there's a lot of fear going on and there's, you know, if you look on the news, there's fear. If you're getting alerts on your phone, there's fear. There's alarms going off. There's squawking, right? Like there's all this stuff around us externally telling us that we should be fucking screaming, scared, shitless, under our beds, biting our nails, eyes squeezed closed, and hoping that the monster is going to go away, right? Like that's what's going on externally, which is why it's so important for you internally to make sure you're grounded and centered, right? Don't let the fear, the alarms going off around you take you for a tailspin, right? I heard all that squawking and all that craziness, and I know what alarms are. I'm listening to the alarms go off and watching the fire trucks race down the street. I'm seeing the lights, and I'm like, huh, there's a lot happening around, but I wasn't thrown off. I wasn't going to let it shift my day. I'm just like, wow, let me go into the silence and send a little bit more light around the planet, right? Let me put a little bit more protection around the planet. Let me make sure that I'm grounded in my own energy so that as I'm walking through this earth, the things that are going on around me are not transforming what's happening within me, right? And so it's just be really mindful of that during this time. 1919, I just saw in case that's important to somebody. 1 plus 9 is a 10. 10 is the number of completion, reduces to the 1, so we have new beginnings coming in. Anyway, let's start pulling some cards. So thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here in the collective right now. Whew, we are ending November and moving into December. We just had that beautiful full moon in Gemini. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Start here. The Gateway Oracle. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? We move into the month of December and about this full moon in Gemini. Wow, a lot. Motherfucking usual. Oh, I love that. Look, starting fresh. Love that. All right, bottom of the deck, embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart, right? So, again, this energy of we don't need to be scared of anything, right? It's time to move forward. It's time to be accountable. It's time to have a deep awareness. It's time to allow yourself to live life full out, right? It's time to take action steps on the path that you've been called on, right? Like you have this dream, you have this goal, you have this desire in your heart, right? Like you have the signs, the symbols in front of you, right? And many of you are just like, but I need you to move, right? And so the path is before you, the doorway is open, the path has been cleared. There's nothing blocking her path, right? So it actually feels like a dual message in here. So one, there's nothing blocking you from embracing the feminine energy within you, which allows you to be receptive and really open your heart, right? So trust in that. When we tap into our feminine energy, that's when we're tapping into that energy. We're tapping into our intuition, right? So we want to be in alignment with that energy because we want to get our intuition, right? And that's going to speak to us through our heart, right? That's not going to come from the egoic mind. That's going to come through your heart because that's where your soul resides, right? So you can open your heart. You can move forward, step into that feminine energy so you can become more creative, so you can become more intuitive, right? You can really move things forward, but also trusting that God is before you on the path, right? There's nothing blocking your way. The only thing stopping you from moving forward right now into who you want to be and what you want to do is you, right? There's literally nothing. The door is open, the path is clear. The door is open, the path is cleared. You have to actually get up and move, though, right? She's moving. She's on her own two legs. Ain't nobody with her. Says a lot, right? Soaring into joy. Childlike wonder fills my life. I love this card, right? Because it's just a reminder over and over and over and over and over again to keep our vibration high, right? Really just keep your vibration high. Do what brings you joy. I've been really challenged in the past couple of weeks with some things that have been going on externally. And I'm like, okay, if that's happening externally, I need to check myself internally, right? Like, do your inside so your outside is better, right? And so not only do you want to tap into the energy of love, right, and open up your heart chakra, right, and allow that to be, a beautiful vibration that you reside in, but the energy of joy is actually a higher vibration than the energy of love. So what can you do to bring some joy into your life, right? Whenever I start feeling I'm too much in my head, which doesn't surprise me, Gemini season with all the mental energy, right? But if I'm too much in my head, um, let me watch a comedy. Let me throw on Wild 'N Out, right? Like, let me listen to something silly. Let me watch a rom-com, right? Let me shift my energy so that I'm getting out of that mode and I'm not blocking myself from my manifestation, right? When we're overthinking, when we're overanalyzing, when we're stuck in our heads, when we're trying to figure out all the hows, we are causing stagnant energy to play out in the universe, and that in which we desire is being kept from us, right? So get out of the energy of want, right? Get out of the energy of need. Get into the energy of joy. Get into the energy of gratitude. Get into the energy of receptivity and allow that energy to come forward so that your manifestations can start to come through even quicker. Because I feel that's another energy. Like there's an acceleration kind of happening, which is odd because we're moving from like autumn to winter, but I do feel this like accelerated energy. Maybe it's the Sagittarius fire um around to kind of like help kind of ignite things. You know what I'm saying? So, and you need to trust your intuition even more, right? Because if you're moving forward on your path and something comes before you and you need to make a decision, you need to be able to trust your intuition to tell you, yes, this is right for you, or no, it's not. So you can move forward, right? Like we don't always have time to stop and sit in meditation and to connect and light the candles and light the incense and make the mood right. right? Life is happening. You're a human being. You out in these streets. You going left, right, up, down, in or out. What you gonna do? Jump or not, right? Like your life is in danger. We don't got time to pray right now, bitch. What's your intuition telling you to do? Run and jump. Then you better run and you better jump as far as you do. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what you want to do. You want to keep training that intuition and trusting yourself and moving forward. Love this for everybody starting fresh. I said that energy of the one, right? 19 to the 10 to the one. New beginnings, things starting again, right? I love the balance here of light and dark. It's so weird that my lighting is all fucked up now because it wasn't when I started this reading. Anyway, a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life, right? So, really, really embracing the new, right? Walking through the pathway. Oh, let me see if this helps. Sorry, guys. I hope that helps a little bit. Anyway, proceeding softly. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. Yeah. Why? Because we're grounded and we're centered and we can now trust in our own voice. I'm going to tell you very, very, very clearly, guys. The soul does not scream, it whispers, right? There's a reason why all the spiritual teachers and masters and gurus of all the ages have all been meditators. The soul whispers. So if we want to hear the quiet, still voice of our higher self, of God, of our angels, we need to quiet the outside world. Again, all these alarms and everything going on around us externally, we need to be able to come to that silent, still place within all of that so that we can connect with our higher selves. And that's a little bit of a challenge at times, right? I'm a New Yorker. Sitting in meditation and quiet, I'm like, you trying to get me killed? I'm not closing my eyes, meditating. I don't have time for that. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. But now this is the stuff that I do because I've realized that with 15 minutes of meditation in the morning, I'm way more productive than when I don't do it, right? I'm grounded, I'm centered, I have clarity, I can get my things together. My thoughts are more organized, right? I'm a clearer channel for the divine guidance and wisdom and knowledge that's coming in. My creativity will soar. I can express myself clearer. Like there's a lot of benefits. I'm at rest. I'm not arguing with people. Shit don't bother me as much. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of benefits to taking that on outside of just, I don't know, hearing God. So funny. Told you, take action. Legs in motion, right? I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. Move forward. Sometimes you just have to surrender to the path, right? That helps. I don't know. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. Ooh, look at this. So we have, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, feminine and masculine, right? I love that with this Gemini energy. So again, there was a highlight on relationships. We're either on the same page or we're not, right? For some of you, you've been in this rift, right? And it's this energy is supporting the healing, supporting the reunion, supporting you guys coming back together, right? Taking some action to get the job done, right? No longer taking our relationships for granted or the people in our lives for granted. It's it's remarkable to me how ungrateful some people are, you know? Like it's remarkable to me how many people are thrown off when I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you. I really appreciate you." Right? Like, I'm like, why are you surprised that I'm saying thank you? Like, you just did something for me that you didn't have to do. But there are so many people that are just, they take for granted the kindness of people. Like, be the person that says thank you. Be the person that's like, hey, I appreciate you. I value you. I hear you. I understand you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's try this lights. I feel like any of them are phantasmal. We're going to try that one. Revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. I love that as I'm trying the lights. It's so funny. My light illuminates the world. Look at this, a pearl, right? Like, that's who you are, a rare treat. I don't think you realize that about yourself. And you really should, my beautiful light workers, right? Like, we're light workers. We're here to illuminate. We're here to rock out. We're here to make things great. We're here to be way showers, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a YouTube channel or you need to be on a TED stage and that's your platform. It means allowing your life to be a living testimony to this beautiful energy and its radiance, right? I don't go around lecturing people about the things that I do, right? The natural juices that I drink or the fact that I like to walk or that I'm in prayer and meditation. Like, no, I have my channel because I know that there's specific people that need to hear these messages, and I allow my life to be a living testimony. I'm no longer living in a life of chaos or fear or worry or arguing or stress. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I've opted out of that life. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, yeah, no, 0 stars. I don't like that. I'm not doing that anymore. You know what I mean? And I don't care if that's what's been going on in my culture. I don't care if that's what's going on in my community. I'm opting out of that story, right? You can choose the storylines you want to opt into and the ones you want to opt out of, right? Like, oh, well, you have a history of diabetes in your family, so you're probably going to get it. No, you can opt into that if you want, or you can opt out of that. Like, I'm not getting diabetes. I don't care if they got it. There's so many health things that have been genetically passed down. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sorry, I'm not doing that. And I opt out, like, you have the option. I really feel like you guys, I feel like they keep stressing the fact that, like, you have free will, you have a choice. Like, you have a choice. You don't have to choose to be a part of certain storylines. You know what I mean? And again, not talking about the things that we chose pre-incarnation because we chose them pre-incarnation. So there are things that we're going to deal with. Sometimes you're healing or shifting through your life at a faster timeline or pace than you had initially signed up for, and that's going to shift your timeline and pace, but that's not going to change the fact that you had to learn that lesson and grow through that experience, right? Sometimes there's a trauma that makes you grow through something way faster than if there wasn't one, right? But at the end of the day, you still got the soul lesson. You feel me? Feel like I don't know why I gotta keep coming back to that, but you guys have a choice. I talk to you guys all the time about scripting out your day and about journaling. I hope that you're taking the advice and writing down what you want out of life instead of sitting there harping on and gossiping with people about what you don't want in life, right? I had a friend that kept saying, I don't make money at my job. 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 She didn't make money, but everybody else that worked there was lit. They would come in talking about how much money they made. They would come in talking about how their day went. And I was like, I need you to stop saying those words. I don't make money there because you've made that your reality, right? You need to know that you can make money anywhere because wealth is attracted to you. And she lost her job and began her own business and is doing very well. Why? Because the wealth is attracted to her, right? She was the magnet for the wealth and abundance. It wasn't the job. And when she stopped saying, I don't make money there, she started making money elsewhere. You feel me? You guys dictate your life. What are the words that you're speaking? What are the things that you're writing down? What are you calling forth? What are you calling forth? Are you calling forth fear and chaos and energy? And I get it. I get it. Listen, when we're in these challenging fucking situations and your rent's due, your phone's due, your water, you got all this shit due, and you don't know what's happening, you just lost your job, and life is, it seems like the world is falling apart around you, right? And you don't know what the fuck to do, right? Like, and it's harrowing, and then you're just like, oh, how am I supposed to focus on, a positive outcome when I'm in the middle of a shit show, right? Yeah, challenge, I know, get it. Not saying it's easy, but that's why we have the power of imagination. That's why we have the power of the written word, right? Start writing it down. Use a pencil. You don't like how the storyline's coming out as you're writing it because you realize that in the middle of you writing it was fear. Erase it and go back over it. I write stuff out and then I realize that if I'm manifesting from an energy of fear, like if I feel myself tensing up while I'm writing, I'm like, no, I don't like the way that sounds. And I'll keep changing the sentence over and over until my vibration changes. And then I'm like, okay, that feels better. And then I continue along with my story, right? Because I want my story to be a high vibrational story. I want my story to be in alignment with my highest and greatest good. I want my story to feel like my truth so that it can become my truth. Okay, so when we're scripting, we're writing at the end of the day, right? Or we're writing as if we're writing at the end of the some future day. Wow, I had the most amazing time in Paris with my husband, blah blah blah. You might be single, um, living in a, I don't know, you might be single, living in like Alaska. Shit, hold on. Hold on, guys, hold on, sorry. So sorry, my loves. I had to take that call. Anyway, angels and guides, what do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Uriel. Trust. Trust the process. Trust your path. Trust divine timing. Trust yourself. Trust in your intuition. Love that. Look at this. It looks like another pearl, right? I love that. I love that for us. You are the light, my beautiful light workers. You are the light. Love that. We have Archangel Zaphiel with ecstasy. So for some of you, there's this beautiful energy of blessings that's just gonna knock you on your ass. I told you I kept seeing that energy of the tower, but I wasn't feeling like anxious with it. Right? It was kind of like a, oh, like what surprise? It's like a surprise party, right? Like that kind of energy. That's what I've been feeling. So for a lot of you, it's gonna be coming in, and I feel like this is just like a wish, a dream, a manifestation that you put out into the universe a while ago, right? And that energy that's coming up to trust. So you put it out into the universe, you planted your seed, you trusted you were gonna get it, you had to trust in the timing of shit. It's freaking you out. I get that, right? For some of you, this answer is gonna be like, what? Knock you on your ass, right? I love that for you. And oh, Archangel Jophiel with the energy of forgiveness. Especially as we've been talking about relationships with this Gemini energy. Forgive yourself. Forgive those that have trespassed against you. Forgive your debtors, right? Ask to receive forgiveness because whether you realize it or not, we're all a bad guy in somebody's story, right? And I'm not saying that you need to start making phone calls and sending letters to people. I'm saying that you can put the energy out into the universe like, Lord, I ask for forgiveness from everyone I might have hurt or who thinks I hurt them, right? Consciously or unconsciously, because we do things sometimes that are unconscious. Maybe you're doing something that's just for you and you're living your best life. You don't even realize that in the, the swing of things that you just hurt somebody's feeling or broke someone's heart or really disappointed someone or let them down, right? So we want to put that energy out there. And the energy of forgiveness is not a pass to the person that's, trespassed or hurt us or abused us, or it's not a like, let me forgive and forget thing. It's let this go because that energy is no longer serving me. This is a poison now to my well being, and that's not serving me, right? That's that energy. Love that. I love that that's being supported right now. I'm telling you, get into your journals, right? Ask for forgiveness, offer forgiveness, receive forgiveness. Do the same thing with grace. Okay. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Most High God, what do we need to know? What do we need to see? I feel one card trying to come out. Ooh, wind activation. I love that. I saw the wind during the pre-shuffle, right? Activating you, awakening you, guiding you forward, helping you to be the best version of yourselves. There are a lot of you that have been getting activations recently that needed to kind of be embodied and grounded down into your system, right? Those things are starting to be awakened. So again, be really grounded, be centered, start being aware and present. Open your fucking eyes, guys. Those who have eyes, let them see. For those who have ears, let them hear. We need that to be your truth right now, okay? Rain, love that. Purification, so cleansings and healings coming in, right? Breakthroughs, just wiping away the old, right? Getting away the shit that's no longer serving us so that we can really move forward. You got the rain washing shit away, the wind blowing things away, right? So just be aware again of that energy with that embrace the future, with that pathway being open. Like things are being cleared out for you, right? So if you've been dealing with challenges, obstacles, heaviness, um, it just feels like you're swimming upstream or like there's just no end in sight, or you feel like you're backed into a corner. Just know that there's a shift, a healing, a blessing, a miracle coming in for you, right? I really feel that very strongly. The river movement. Once again, get up and get moving, right? So, yes, we want to be in the stillness. We want to be grounded. We want to be centered in all things, in all ways, right? Absolutely. We also want to take that intuition, right? That inspired action steps and move things forward. I have a great story for you. So my girl Jasmine, love my bitch. Um, she's becoming more and more psychic, right? She has changed her life. She's really walking with spirit. Her gifts are starting to be activated. It's such a beautiful thing to watch. And today she had an intuitive we sell juices, right? So she was walking by a kiosk and she had this intuition to kind of like, maybe I should just go give the guy one, and see maybe if we can work together. She doesn't even say anything to the guy. She's like, hey, you want one of these juices? Like, I make the juices. He's like, sure. He starts asking questions. Next thing he knows, he's like, oh my God, take my number. Maybe we can work together because, we're in a gym and it's all health stuff here. So her thought of, maybe let me do something about it, because again, we have free will. The thought was placed into her mind, right? And she either was going to act on it or wasn't. When she chose to act on it, she followed the pathway to lead to her greater abundance, as opposed to not acting on it in the energy of fear and thus not making any progress, right? So we're all being guided to do something. It's the guidance comes in. Are you going to take the advice and the guidance, or are you not? You have free will. There's no wrong paths, right? There's no wrong answers. We're all headed home. The yes, sometimes I feel like it's like driving on an expressway as opposed to the local streets. Just gonna get there a little bit faster. A little bit faster. We all going home, but I'm trying to skirt. Again, I'm a New Yorker. We do things, but iceberg submerged. So just feel like some of you have been feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot of heaviness going on. I'm not gonna hold you, right? And I feel this submersion is like you're just feeling like, what the fuck? It's like, I'm telling you, it's like everything is happening at once. Everything is happening at once. It just feels overwhelming. And with the holiday season, it gets like triple down magnified, right? So it's just like everything is happening at once. What can we do to shift with that, right? How can I take myself so that I don't feel overwhelmed by life? Oh, I know I need to ground and meditate so that when the shit's going on around me, it's not affecting what's going on within me, right? Again, with that energy. You're not going to feel overwhelmed like you're drowning and like the world is kind of collapsing on you if you're centered, because you know that there's a bubble of protection around you. No matter what happens out here, you're gonna be okay, right? Just know that. And there's a lot of that happening. So I'm feeling a lot of shifts and transitions going on within the collective, and just be safe, grounded, and secure, and knowing I'm gonna be fine, right? The God of Daniel and the lion's den is your God here with you, right? The God that was with um Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is here with you. The God that gave Moses the power to part the Red Seas is here with you. The God that gave Jesus the energy and the power to raise the dead is here with you, right? It's the same God, everlasting, always loving. It's the same God. You have access to the same God. You are just as worthy and deserving of those blessings as they were. Just because your name wasn't tattooed or written in the Bible and you don't have your own book doesn't mean that you're unworthy, right? You guys all have the same God on your side. Get with her. She's here for you. All right, we're going to pull some final messages, and then thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. I got to go. I have a yoga appointment. We'll move this body. Movement. Right? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. All right, thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Get some last messages. One turn, but it didn't pop out. Why didn't it pop out? Card flipped. Oh, the Nine of Ariel. And it's the Nine of Pentacles in traditional tarot. So, just really in a good place with yourself, right? Like working hard, feeling fulfilled, just feeling good about yourself as an individual. Not get the fuck out of here. I ain't never in my get the fuck out of here. Yo, this is dope. I'm sorry. I know. Not an Ariel. So you doing good, living your best life. That's like my single ladies card. It's like I got my money, I'm happy, I'm living my best life. I'm time to move forward. Everything is good. So that's a really good energy coming in for you. All right, before I go into this shit, let me because that just blew my mind. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Michael. So again, that 10 energy, endings, new beginnings. The 10 of Michael is the 10 of Swords. It's like the worst is finally over. You have been through the bullshit. It's finally the end. The play is over. Curtains down, lights on, everybody get out. I'm done with this game, right? Like that's that energy. So big completion coming in, right? Whatever this was that had you feeling submerged and overwhelmed and like you're drowning, that shit's coming to an end. That shit's coming to an end, right? And I love that because then we have the energy of ecstasy, right? And then this nine of Ariel, right? So it's very clear that that heavy, whatever that energy was, because we're all on different paths, that shit's coming to an end, right? As is this energy, right? This is a two of Michael, again, two of swords, where we need to compromise. We're overanalyzing. There's a lot of indecision. There's a lot of back and forth going on, right? So again, you just need clarity, right? Make a choice. In spiritual truth, there is no wrong choice. You're going left or you're going right. Either way, all roads lead home. As long as you're not hurting anybody and as long as you're not taking anything from anybody, keep moving forward, right? Do you, boo boo. All right, so here's why I'm tripping. King of Ariel, King of Michael, and the King of Gabriel, right? So, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Wands. Massive masculine energy, super mature energy, empowered energy. But not only did you get three kings, you got the fucking Empress, right? She's the epitome of all the queens combined. So the only king we're missing is the King of Cups, right? So we're being a little bit more focused on action and logic and action more so than our heart, which isn't a bad thing, right? Because you have these three kings like get your money right, know your power, stand in leadership, take no for it, don't take, no for an answer, set some really clear boundaries. Like that's that power. The Empress is the epitome of all the queens, right? So we're in our heart, we're in our creative power, we're receptive, we're open, we're abundant, we're flowing, right? Really great combination to have. Really great combination to have with the fucking star. So dreams coming true. So I just feel like there's some big shift coming in, right? And it's gonna be different for everyone, because we're all on the same path. But there's something here, some wish, some dream, something that you put out into the universe that is finally, finally, finally manifesting. And it's gonna bring with it all types of abundance, all types of wealth. It's gonna bring with like a partner, creativity, abundance, rest, peace, harmony, joy, transformation, elevation, ascension, expansion. Like there's all the stuff working for your highest and greatest good together. So you are being guided to do a couple of little things to make sure you get all of these blessings. Be very clear as to what it is you want. And if you need help or clarity on something, ask your team of light. Open yourself up to receive, right? Get into your heart space to receive. And then when you get the guidance, even if it doesn't seem logical or make sense to you, get off your ass and go follow it and do something about it so you can take control of your life. You're the author of your book. You're the captain of your ship. It's your life. It's your life, right? Wow, what a powerful reading. So many dope things are coming in. So many dope things are coming. I'm so excited. This is going to be a fucking powerful end of the year. And for some of you, you're finally going to be meeting the divine counterpart, and that's fucking dope. That's dope. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it here because I got to run. I got to go do yoga and all types of other healthy shit. Bad potty mouth. I love you guys so very much. I don't know if you remember that. I know I say it all the time, but I really do love you guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening to these messages and just feeling the energy and vibing with me. And when you guys comment below or send me DMs on Instagram or Facebook or email me or even text me, like, just know that I love it. I receive it. I think you guys are amazing. I'm so, 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 so excited to be here with you. I wish you all the best. I know you're gonna have a miraculous breakthrough in one of the most challenging areas of your life, and so I'm just here for it, and I can't wait for you guys to tell me about it and tell everyone else about it, right? Be an inspiration, share your stories, right? I watched my girl today receive a dope ass miracle, right? And like shortly after that, I was like, oh, I hope, there's a blessing to my business as well. And then somebody hit me up for a coaching session. You know what I mean? So just speak it out loud, write it down, and then be ready to receive it. And I know we speak like that, and I know you know that from a logical standpoint, but I need you to feel that energy, right? Feel the depth of what that means, and then move forward. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. If you need a coaching session or want to book a reading, check below. Later, my beloved.